Oh, what was that thought? That looks like that was very silent, and it's just these whispers that we get about people, about relationships, about work, about life, you know? How much of that do you feel like is something that people maybe naturally have versus that's a skill that needs to be like actively worked on? Is to be able to tune into those whispers and be aware of them.
It's interesting. So it's also like it's kind of like your gut, your intuition, your gut feeling, right?
Mhm.
So many times, like I'm sure when you guys have when I was now I'm married, but when I had relationships, or even now, even when I have business partners, I should say, and relationships before or friends, usually I kind of already have like a red flag about somebody pretty early on that I just kind of like dismiss because I really want that deal to happen and I really want it to work out with that guy or whatever. And it's usually that same thing that I never listened to at the beginning that like grows and gets bigger and bigger that becomes the downfall of the situation. It may
Right.
not, you know what I mean? It may not be that
Yes.
exact thing, but it's like an offshoot of some kind, right?
Absolutely.
And so, I think it's something that, and I think I'm going to be honest. I think that there are some people who are naturally much better than others. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
I
no, that's
100%.
exactly what I wanna hear because we're
Like,
also like, "Are we crazy?"
no, I mean, like, sometimes I'm like shocked when I'm sitting with people and they're completely clueless and they're not like, they don't read the room and they don't
Right.
have like, they're not like kind of like in tune. But that's why I think, but I do think people who are not naturally born with it can get way better at it
Definitely.
and at least get to a level where they can like stop themselves from making something a bad mistake or something. But it comes down to the person's desire and interest and awareness that they don't even have it. So
Mhm.
if you can't tell somebody that they're clueless if they are not open to even thinking it. Like some people, like, they don't care. They're too arrogant to listen. They don't want to hear criticism. They're just not into it. So you kind of just move on and walk away. But I think that when you have the desire to get better, of course you can get better. There's tons of ways you can get better. There's ways to train your brain and even actually and change the neuroplasticity by doing that same habit over and over again. And you do it by truly like bringing your attention back, like mindfulness, bringing your attention back to where you are and really kind of assessing that situation. But, you know, I can't sit here and say, yeah, like everyone's going to become, it's like like a personal a whisperer, but they're not, but they can get better for sure.